Hi, my name is Dr. Elena. I'm from the Global Alliance for Animals and People. And today we are going to review how you put eye drops in a dog's eye, whether those are artificial tears or whether it's a medicated product that's been prescribed by your veterinarian. Okay, so we're just going to review what kinds of things I usually have on hand is gauze. You can also use paper towels or some cotton, but I usually use gauze. Whatever medication you've been instructed to put in their eyes, and it's kind of a treat for once it's all done, because oftentimes this medication you need to put in, sometimes depending on what it is, it could be up to 4 times a day. So we don't want them to be turned off, and we would like them to have this association with something positive. So I'm going to get ready by her head with a gauze to wipe off her eye after, and the medication. Sometimes if they have an eye infection, your veterinarian will also tell you to make sure that their eyes are clean beforehand. So you can just use a gauze, and you can just wipe all the discharge off their eye first. Okay, it's okay, girl. The important thing as well is that, say she has an eye infection in both eyes, is to never use the same gauze or paper towel or whatever you're using to wipe both eyes. Always use one gauze on one eye and throw it out, and use a brand new clean one for the next eye. That also goes with the medication. So all of the medications, whether it's an ointment or liquid drops or whatever, they have this type of applicator that's a little bit pointy. So it's important to know that if you do contaminate it from one eye to the next, you need to stop and clean it, wipe it down with cotton and a little bit of alcohol, and then wait till it dries, and then you can use it again in the other eye. The other thing about the applicator is that you can imagine that there is a bit of a risk that you can poke them in the eye, and that's why the technique is important. I think the first intuition that people have is to try and put the drops in like this. And you can see that she's moving her head quite a bit, so it would be quite easy to, one, miss the eye, and the other one is to poke them in the eye. So we're just going to show you a technique that, that works and avoids doing that. So what I do is I put this hand under the jaw, under her head to hold her head up. And this one, which is my right hand, and I am right-handed, so I have more precision with this one, is I brace this part of my hand against the upper eyelid. And with this, I steady my hand. My hand moves with her head so that I don't risk poking her in the eye, and I can lift up the upper eyelid with this part of my hand. So I'm going to show you how I do that. Okay, Elsa. So I just put my hand over there, and you see how I can lift up the eyelid? And I can also move the bottle and point it down to the eye when I'm ready to drop the liquid in. And this one, I can hold her head steady, but I can also lower the bottom eyelid so that the eye is a lot more open to put the drops in. Okay, ready? Okay, let's go. Hey, Else. There we go. So I just dropped the drops in. You see that I have lifted up the eyelid with this hand and lowered the other lower eyelid with the other hand. And then I just put my hand over it. I just close it and rub it around a little bit. And then I'm going to wipe it off with the gauze. That's a good girl. And then I'm just going to do it on the other side, but I throw my first gauze out. I'm going to get another one for the left eye. It's always important to have everything at hand so that you're not scrambling around looking for things when you have the drops already in. And I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to lift this up, drop the eyelid, and drop. There we go. There we go. That's a good girl. And just move that around her eyelid so that all the medication gets around the whole globe of the eye. And then wipe it off. Good girl. And that's it. Thanks.